close your eyes and imagine the Mediterranean, and then a long, narrow strip of land that separates it, a peninsula, the most famous boot in the world, Italy. Our flight will begin where it all started, in the city that is the cradle of Western culture, Rome, which shines like a beacon of civilization and progress, a capital that has managed to maintain its importance throughout the centuries. Our flight begins at the majestic Colosseo, the amphitheatre symbolizing Roman grandeur and one of the most iconic monuments in the world. Built at the end of the 1st century AD, this imposing structure could hold up to 50,000 spectators who gathered to watch spectacular gladiatorial combat. Wild animal hunts and epic battle reenactments. Every stone of the Colosseum tells a story, from the brutal games that entertain the crowds to the complex lifting mechanisms that brought wild beasts into the arena. Legend has it that Emperor Titus inaugurated the Colosseum with games that lasted 100 days, during which thousands of exotic animals were killed. Continuing our journey, we move toward the Circus Maximus, the largest stadium of antiquity, capable of accommodating up to 250,000 people. This immense space was the heart of chariot racing, an event that attracted huge crowds and was an integral part of the social and political life of the time. The passion for speed and competition intertwined with religious celebrations and public spectacles. Chariot races were so popular that the drivers, known as aurigas, could become true folk heroes, acclaimed like celebrities. One of the most famous was Gaius Appuleius Diocles, who amassed an enormous fortune thanks to his victories. Flying over the Roman Forum, we can admire what was the nerve centre of Roman public life. Among temples, basilicas, and triumphal arches, this place was the hub of political, legal, and commercial activities. Just a short distance away rises the Palatine Hill, where, according to legend, Romulus founded the city of Rome. This archaeological site contains the remnants of imperial palaces and offers a breathtaking panoramic view of the city. The story of Romulus and Remus, raised by a she-wolf at the base of this hill, is one of the most fascinating legends of Roman mythology. Every corner of the Palatine Hill seems to whisper stories of emperors and ancient legends. Following the course of the Tiber River, we head toward Rome's modern districts, where the new temples of sport stand. Our journey takes us to the Olympic Stadium, an imposing structure inaugurated in 1953 and renovated for the 1960 Olympics. Here, the most important national and international sporting events take place, including soccer matches and track and field competitions. Next to the Olympic Stadium, we find the Foro Italico, a sports complex built in the 1930s. This place, with its monumental Stadio dei Marmi, today dedicated to Pietro Mennea, Italy's most successful sprinter, is an example of rationalist architecture and hosts prestigious sports events, including the Rome Masters tennis tournament. The Stadio dei Marmi, in particular, is a unique structure surrounded by 60 statues of athletes carved in white marble, representing various sports disciplines. These statues, each a work of art, give the stadium a solemn and majestic atmosphere, making it a perpetual tribute to athletes and their achievements. Each statue tells a story of dedication and sporting glory, making the Foro Italico a place where the past and present merge in a timeless tribute to the human spirit. Finally, we fly over the Flaminia district, an area that houses the modern auditorium Parco della Musica and the Maxi, the National Museum of 21st Century Arts. This district, with its cultural and recreational spaces, represents the dynamism and innovation of contemporary Rome, creating a bridge between the city's millennia-old history and its future evolution. The Auditorium Parco della Musica, designed by architect Renzo Piano, is one of the largest music complexes in Europe. Inaugurated in 2002, it has become a hub for music and the arts. Every year, it hosts the Rome International Film Festival, attracting stars and filmmakers from around the world. Its halls, nicknamed scarabs for their unique shape, are designed to offer perfect acoustics, making each concert an unforgettable experience. A short distance from the auditorium stands the Maxi, a symbol of avant-garde and creativity, designed by architect Zaha Hadid and inaugurated in 2010. The Maxi is the first national museum dedicated to contemporary creativity. Its exhibitions span from art to architecture, celebrating innovation and progressive thinking. The museum structure itself, with its fluid and dynamic lines, challenges traditional concepts of exhibition space. The Flaminio district is not only a cultural centre, but also a place for meeting and leisure for Romans. The Ponte della Musica, inaugurated in 2011, connects the district with the Foro Italico and the Olympic Stadium, symbolising the union between sport and culture. This pedestrian bridge, with its elegant structure, has become a meeting point for walks and outdoor events. Flying towards the historic centre of Rome, we gaze upon an unparalleled view. The Pantheon, one of the best preserved buildings of ancient Rome, built between 25 and 27 BC as a temple dedicated to all gods. The Pantheon was rebuilt by Emperor Hadrian around 126 AD. Its dome, with the famous oculus at the centre, is a masterpiece of engineering and architecture that has inspired buildings around the world. This oculus, a circular opening 9 meters in diameter, is the only source of natural light inside the Pantheon and represents the connection between the temple and the celestial gods. During the summer solstice, a beam of sunlight passes through the oculus and illuminates the temple entrance, creating a breathtaking light show. The Pantheon has endured the centuries, maintaining its grandeur and sacredness. Converted into a Christian church in the 7th century, it is now known as the Basilica of Santa Maria and the Martyrs. It houses the tombs of illustrious Italians, including Raphael, the great painter and architect of the Renaissance. It is said that Raphael, aware of his early death, chose the Pantheon as his final resting place to be remembered for eternity. Continuing on, we fly over the Trevi Fountain, the most famous fountain in the world. Designed by Nicola Salvi and completed in 1762, this monumental Baroque fountain is renowned not only for its beauty, but also for the tradition of visitors tossing a coin into the basin. Legend has it that throwing a coin with your right hand over your left shoulder guarantees a return to the eternal city. Every day, the proceeds are used to fund charitable works. One of the most memorable scenes in film history features Marcello Mastroianni and Anita Ekberg bathing in the fountain in La Dolce Vita. The Trevi Fountain, with its intricate sculptures and shimmering waters, symbolizes abundance and artistic beauty. At the center of the fountain stands the figure of Oceanus, the god of the sea, driving a shell-shaped chariot pulled by tritons and seahorses. The statues that adorn the fountain tell stories of mythology and ancient Romans, such as the legend of the Virgin who showed Roman soldiers a source of pure water, thus giving rise to the name Trevi, derived from trivium, the meeting point of three roads. Our flight now takes us over one of the oldest and most fascinating places in Rome. The Forum Boarium, the city's ancient cattle market, a place where history and myth intertwine. Here stands the famous Mouth of Truth, surrounded by a legend that has captivated generations. It is said that the mouth bites the hand of anyone who dares to lie. In front of the Mouth of Truth stands the Temple of Hercules Victor, an elegant circular building with marble columns that tells the story of an era when strength and courage were celebrated as supreme virtues. This temple, dedicated to the mythological hero Hercules, is one of the few buildings from ancient Rome that has survived almost intact to this day, a true architectural treasure. Finally, the Arch of Janus, majestic and imposing, stands with its four facades, a rare example of a quadrifrons arch. Built to celebrate victory and divine protection, the arch has watched over this corner of Rome for centuries, a silent witness to the city's transformations. Flying towards the Theatre of Marcellus, we can admire this ancient Roman theatre begun by Julius Caesar and completed by Emperor Augustus in 13 BC. With a capacity of about 20,000 spectators, the Theatre of Marcellus is an extraordinary example of Roman theatre architecture and still hosts cultural events and concerts today, bridging the past and present. Curiously, during the Middle Ages, the theatre was transformed into a fortress by the Savelli family and later into a Renaissance palace. Today, its travertine arches house elegant private apartments, a unique fusion of ancient and modern. The Theatre of Marcellus leads us into the entrance of Rome's Jewish ghetto and the vibrant heart of the city, the Campus Martius. The Campus Martius is an area that has witnessed many lively chapters of Roman history, from ancient republican ceremonies to Baroque festivities. Our next stop is the Altare della Patria, also known as the Vittoriano, a national monument dedicated to Victor Emmanuel II, the first king of a united Italy. Inaugurated in 1911, the Vittoriano is an imposing complex of white marble, characterized by the equestrian statue of the king and the Altare della Patria, which houses the tomb of the unknown soldier. This monument, beloved and criticized for its colossal size, is often nicknamed the typewriter by Romans. From here, we can enjoy a panoramic view of the city, a symbol of unity and national pride. Its panoramic terrace, accessible by a glass elevator, offers one of the most spectacular views of Rome, embracing the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and the Seven Hills. Next to the Altare della Patria lies the Capitoline Hill, the symbolic heart of Rome, a place steeped in history and legend. Here, where the ancient Acropolis of the city once stood, today stands the square designed by Michelangelo, with its elegant Renaissance harmony. The Capitoline Hill is a meeting point between past and present, between ancient splendors and modern life. From here, one can overlook Rome, almost touching the very soul of the eternal city. Flying over Piazza Navona, we immediately notice its distinctive elliptical shape. The square stands on the site of the ancient stadium of Domitian, where Romans would gather to watch athletic games. Today, Piazza Navona is a vibrant heart of history, art, and daily life. In the center of the square, we admire the Fountain of the Four Rivers, a masterpiece by Gian Lorenzo Bernini, representing the great rivers of the four continents known at the time: the Nile, the Ganges, the Danube, and the Rio de la Plata. Every corner of Piazza Navona breathes history and art, from the murals to the surrounding churches, such as Sant'Agnese in Agone, designed by Francesco Borromini. Continuing our journey, we arrive at Piazza del Popolo, one of the largest and most famous squares in Rome. Designed by Giuseppe Valadier in the 19th century, Piazza del Popolo is framed by three churches, including the Basilica of Santa Maria del Popolo, which houses masterpieces by Caravaggio and Raphael. In the center of the square rises the Flaminio Obelisk, one of Rome's oldest, originating from the Temple of Ra in Heliopolis, Egypt, and brought to Rome by Augustus to decorate the spina of the Circus Maximus. This place has hosted public executions, festivals, and celebrations. The square, with its elliptical shape and twin fountains, is a perfect example of neoclassical urban design, transforming into a stage for concerts and cultural events throughout the year. Flying over Piazza della Repubblica, we can admire one of Rome's most scenic squares. Designed at the end of the 19th century, this vast circular square is dominated by the monumental Fountain of the Naiads. The square is framed by elegant buildings in the Umbertine style, giving it a grand atmosphere. Piazza della Repubblica is a perfect example of how modern Rome blends the elegance of the past with the vitality of the present. From the city's busy streets, we follow the major arteries of Rome towards the contemporary Rome of Io, a district born during the fascist era, a testimony to a period of great urban and architectural transformations. Io, which stands for Rome's Universal Exhibition, was designed to host the Universal Exhibition of 1942, an event that never took place due to World War II. The district is a significant example of rationalist architecture, characterized by monumental buildings and wide boulevards. The Palazzo della Civiltà Italiana, also known as the Square Colosseum, is one of Io's most emblematic buildings. Built between 1938 and 1943, this imposing structure is adorned with 28 statues representing the virtues of the Italian people. Its symmetrical structure and clean lines make it an icon of fascist architecture. The elegant arches and dazzling white travertine make the Palazzo della Civiltà an immediately recognizable landmark, evoking the grandeur and ambition of the fascist project. Io is also home to the Palazzo dei Congressi, which has hosted internationally renowned events. With its travertine facade and innovative design, the Palazzo dei Congressi represents the essence of rationalist architecture, combining functionality and aesthetic beauty. Not far away, the Laghetto dell'Io offers a green and recreational oasis beloved by Romans. This artificial lake, surrounded by well-kept gardens and jogging paths, is the perfect place for a relaxing walk or a family picnic. Every spring, the lake transforms into a living painting, thanks to the spectacular blooming of cherry trees, a gift from the city of Tokyo to celebrate the friendship between Italy and Japan. The district also houses the Museum of Roman Civilization, which offers a comprehensive overview of the history and culture of ancient Rome through models and archaeological artifacts. Leaving Io behind, as we head back towards the center of the city, we encounter one of Rome's most unique monuments, the Pyramid of Cestius. Built in the 1st century BC, the Pyramid of Cestius is an exotic touch in Rome's landscape, an ancient mausoleum reflecting Rome's fascination with Egypt. Nestled between the Aurelian walls, this pyramid is one of the city's most curious landmarks, a monument that reminds us how Rome has always embraced and transformed distant cultures, integrating them into its millennia-old fabric. The Baths of Caracalla, imposing and majestic, represent one of the most fascinating sights of ancient Rome. Built at the beginning of the 3rd century AD, they were not just a place for physical well-being, but a true center of social life. Here, among the shimmering mosaics and marble pools, citizens from all social classes gathered, from ordinary people to the most influential politicians of the time. The baths were a crossroads of ideas, debates, and decisions, where power blended with everyday life. Today, these ancient walls echo with a new vitality. The Baths of Caracalla have become an extraordinary stage for major entertainment events, where art and history merge in a timeless dialogue. Before reaching the grand green villas of Rome, we cannot help but fly over the Janiculum Hill. Here, we face one of the most breathtaking views of Rome. From this hill, which is not part of the original 7 hills of the city, you can take in the entire capital at a glance, with its domes, rooftops, and ancient streets. The Janiculum is a place of memory and beauty, where every day at noon, a cannon fires a blank shot, marking time for the Romans. Here, history and landscape blend together, offering a moment of reflection and wonder, a corner of Rome that captures the heart. Continuing our journey, we head towards the vast green spaces of Villa Borghese, one of Rome's largest and most enchanting parks. Originally built as a suburban residence for Cardinal Scipione Borghese in the 17th century, the villa is surrounded by landscaped gardens and houses the famous Borghese Gallery. This gallery holds priceless works of art, including masterpieces by Caravaggio, Bernini, and Raphael. Strolling through the park, you can admire temples, fountains, and lakes that create an atmosphere of serenity and beauty. Leaving Villa Borghese behind, we move towards another noble residence, Villa Torlonia. This villa served as the official residence of Benito Mussolini during the fascist period. The park is known for its eclectic architecture and romantic gardens. A particularly interesting feature is the Casina delle Civette, a fairy tale-like building adorned with stained glass windows and esoteric symbols. Initially built as a hunting lodge, the Casina delle Civette was transformed over the years into a residence of unique and mysterious charm. Flying towards the sources of the Tiber, we leave behind the frenzy and city traffic to discover the humble beginnings of this legendary river. Hidden among the mountains of the Apennines, the Tiber begins as a small stream, a thread of water that gave life to one of the greatest civilizations in history. From here, the river starts its long journey towards the eternal city, carrying centuries of history, myths, and legends. It is a simple and remote place, but with a profound and indissoluble connection to Rome, the beating heart of Italy. Our flight takes us back to the heart of Rome, to an unparalleled place of leisure and social interaction. We soar over Trastevere with its picturesque cobbled streets and bustling squares, where tourists and locals blend in a vibrant crossroads of cultures. Trastevere, known for its bohemian spirit, is a neighborhood that has managed to preserve its authentic soul. Our journey continues along the majestic Tiber, Rome's lifeblood, which has always played a central role in the city's life. The Tiber, with its historic bridges like Ponte Milvio, Ponte Sant'Angelo, and Ponte Sisto, tells us stories of emperors and pilgrims, merchants and artists. Each bridge, with its unique architecture, is a link between past and present, offering evocative glimpses of the eternal city. Flying over the Tiber, we approach Ponte Milvio, one of the oldest and most fascinating bridges in Rome. Built in 206 BC, this bridge has witnessed the passage of armies and emperors and was the site of the famous battle between Constantine and Maxentius, which changed the course of history. From the sky, Rome reveals another of its jewels along the Tiber. Castel Sant'Angelo, a fortress that seems to rise from the river's waters, steeped in history and mystery. Originally built as a mausoleum for Emperor Hadrian and his family, this imposing structure has transformed over the centuries, evolving from an imperial tomb to a fortress, a prison, and finally, a papal residence. Ponte Sant'Angelo, with its elegant statues of angels seemingly watching over those who cross it, connects the castle to the heart of the city, creating a path that has led pilgrims and visitors towards the Vatican for centuries. It is said that during a plague, the Archangel Michael appeared atop the castle, announcing the end of the scourge. Since then, a statue of the angel has stood atop the fortress, a lasting memory of that miraculous event. As night falls, our imagination takes us back to distant times. The proximity of the castle to the Vatican is no coincidence. A secret passage, the Passetto di Borgo, connects the two places, allowing the popes to find refuge within the castle's thick walls during moments of danger. Flying over Castel Sant'Angelo, we sense the deep connection between this monument and the city surrounding it. It is a bulwark of defense, but also a symbol of hope and continuity. A silent sentinel watching over the flow of Roman life from one of its most strategic and fascinating positions. In the middle of the river emerges an ancient gem, the Tiber Island. This small island, shaped like a boat, has been a place of healing since ancient times. Here stood the temple of Aesculapius, the god of medicine, where Romans came seeking relief and cures. Later, the island continued its tradition of medical care with the Fight Benefratelli Hospital, which still operates today, keeping its millennia-old vocation alive. An interesting anecdote concerns the Pons Fabricius, which connects the island to the city. Built in 62 BC, it is the oldest bridge in Rome, still in use. Continuing our flight, we come across the Ara Pacis, an extraordinary monument dedicated to Augustan peace. Discovered over the centuries and carefully restored, the Ara Pacis is a marble altar erected to celebrate Emperor Augustus's return from Gaul and Spain. Its bas-reliefs tell stories of peace and prosperity, offering a rare glimpse into Roman imperial propaganda. Every detail carved into this monument speaks of an era of greatness and hope for the future. Rome has always had a close relationship with water, as evidenced by its impressive hydraulic infrastructures. The frequent floods of the Tiber deeply affected the city, leading the Romans to develop a sophisticated network of sewers and aqueducts. The Cloaca Maxima, one of the oldest sewer systems in the world, along with a series of aqueducts, stands as a testament to the advanced engineering of ancient Rome. These works not only ensured the city's water supply, but also symbolized the power and ingenuity of Roman civilization. And so, our flight takes us along the Roman coastline, the final fascinating stop on this journey through the waters and the Romans' special bond with the river and the sea. The mouth of the Tiber, where the river meets the sea, reflects the ancient tradition of fishermen and sailors who have navigated these waters for centuries, making the Tiber not only a communication route, but also a bridge between the city and the wider world. The mouth has two branches. One is natural, called the Fiumara Grande, and the other is an artificial canal known as the Fossa Traiana, dug by order of Emperor Trajan. The Fiumicino lighthouse, with its guiding light for ships in the night, is a symbol of this deep connection. The waves crashing on the shore tell stories of departures and returns, of adventures and life itself. But the mouth of the Tiber also serves as a constant reminder to the city of Rome, a symbol of the river's importance in making the city great. From here, the gaze turns towards the capital, following the watercourse that witnessed the birth of the empire. Our journey continues with the discovery of spiritual Rome, a path that takes us among the churches and basilicas, representing the religious heart of the eternal city. We soar over the majestic St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican, one of the most sacred sites of Christianity, built on the spot where it is believed that the Apostle Peter was buried. This imposing basilica, with its dome designed by Michelangelo, is a symbol of faith that welcomes millions of pilgrims each year. Inside, artistic treasures such as Michelangelo's Pietà and the papal altar tell stories of millennia-old devotion. Continuing, we fly over the Basilica of St. John Lateran, the Cathedral of Rome and the official seat of the Pope as the city's bishop. Founded by Constantine in the 4th century, this basilica is a masterpiece of art and architecture, with its Baroque decorations, medieval cloister, and the Lateran baptistry, the oldest Christian baptistry. Here, every corner exudes history and spiritual significance. We then soar above the Basilica of St. Mary Major, one of the 4 papal basilicas of Rome. Founded in the 5th century, it is famous for its splendid Byzantine mosaics that depict episodes from the lives of Christ and the Virgin Mary. The Basilica of St. Paul. Outside the walls, built on the burial site of the Apostle Paul, impresses with its grandeur. Originally erected by Constantine and rebuilt after a devastating fire in the 19th century, it is known for its cloister, golden mosaics, and monolithic columns. Here, portraits of all the popes displayed along the walls tell the story of the continuity of the Catholic faith. Every church and basilica in Rome is not just a place of worship, but a true treasure trove of art, history, and faith. These buildings tell stories of saints and popes, artists and architects, miracles and devotion. Rome, with its sacred sites, continues to be a center of pilgrimage and spirituality, a place where the divine meets the human in a timeless embrace. Before we conclude our story, we fly over the ancient Appian Way, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Appian Way, known as the Queen of Roads, is perhaps the most famous and important road of antiquity, a symbol of the vast and intricate Roman communication network. Originally, it followed natural pathways already in use during pre-urban times. Starting from the mid-Republican period, the Appian Way became one of the main axes of Roman expansion. Construction of the road to Capua officially began in 312 BC, under the direction of the censor Appius Claudius Caecus, from whom the road takes its name. Subsequently, during the 3rd century, the road was extended to Benevento and Taranto, and in 190 BC, it reached Brindisi, becoming one of the most vital arteries of the empire. Over time, the Appian Way was continually improved. Initially paved with tough slabs, it was later covered with robust basalt cobblestones, still visible today. What began as a military road quickly became an honorary avenue for Roman aristocracy. Along its route, imposing funerary monuments were erected, built to ensure the great names of the time and eternal prestige visible to anyone approaching the capital. A network of smaller routes branched off from the Appian Way, leading to the aristocratic villas. Grand rural estates combining the luxury of city residences with the agricultural management of surrounding lands. Today, as we fly over this ancient road, we can still feel the importance and grandeur of a structure that has crossed the centuries, telling the story of Rome and its inhabitants. The mausoleum of Caecilia Metella is one of the most imposing and best preserved tombs of antiquity, a silent but powerful witness to the changes that have shaped the Roman landscape from antiquity to the Middle Ages. Built between 30 and 10 BC, this cylindrical funerary monument was erected for Caecilia Metella, daughter of Quintus Caecilius Metellus Creticus, not only to honor her memory, but also to celebrate the power and prestige of her family. The mausoleum, with a diameter of 30 meters and reaching a height of 39 meters, is entirely clad in travertine. A stone that gives the structure a majesty that defies time. Inside, the burial chamber once held the remains of the noblewoman. The upper decorative band, adorned with festoons and bucrania, gave rise to the toponym Capo di Bove, which still identifies this place today. As often happens, ancient monuments were repurposed and refashioned in later periods. In the 13th century, the mausoleum of Caecilia Metella was incorporated into the fortified castle of the powerful Caetani family. We can still admire the remains of the enclosure, with towers, the medieval village, and the church dedicated to St. Nicholas of Bari. Testimonies of a past that knew how to reinvent itself, intertwining stories of power, faith, and memory. In the southeastern area of Rome lies the Parco degli Acquedotti, a green lung that merges nature and archaeology into a landscape of rare beauty. Flying over this area, we discover the majestic remains of the Roman aqueducts, one of the greatest wonders of ancient engineering. These towering arches stretched for kilometers, bringing water from the springs to the heart of the city. The arches, built with astounding precision, maintained a constant gradient of just a few centimeters, enough to keep the water flowing, supplying fountains, public baths, and the aristocratic residence. At the height of the empire, Rome was served by 11 aqueducts, 6 of which ran through the area now occupied by the park, alongside the Aqua Felice, built in the 16th century. The Anio Novus, Marzio, Tepula, Iulia, Claudio, and Agnovitus aqueducts overlapped in spectacular structures, bringing water from the Agnina Valley and the Alban Hills, serving a city in constant expansion. Here, the past and present intertwine in surprising ways. The ancient aqueducts, symbols of Rome's grandeur, meet modern railway lines crisscrossing the city, like new veins pulsing with life and movement. It's a dialogue between epochs, where water routes merge with tracks, representing Rome's continuity as a crossroads of paths, connections, and innovation. As our flight over Rome comes to an end, we find ourselves reflecting on everything we've seen from above. A city that is a living mosaic of history, culture, and beauty. The Colosseum brought us back to the grandeur of ancient Rome, while the Circus Maximus reminded us of its epic races and spectacles. Piazza Navona revealed its Renaissance elegance, and the Trevi Fountain, with its sparkling waters, immersed us in the unique magic and romance of Rome. Soaring over the Tiber, we followed the flow of history, witnessing centuries of conquests and art. Rome from above is a weave of eras and emotions, where every corner tells a story. As Rome fades from view, we know there are still many stories and panoramas waiting to be admired, ready to share with you the magic of this unique journey.